Hey everyone, welcome back to the Path to Purpose podcast. My name is Kieran Williams, and today we're going to be talking about importance. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, first let me say that this podcast is aimed to inspire you, and it's aimed to show you how significant you are in this world. So that's kind of what we're going to be covering in today's episode, is just how important you are. Because there's always been a big debate about life and whether it's meaningless or meaningful. Some people feel like there's no purpose to life, while others believe there's greater forces at work. I was inspired today to come on here and share my perspective from my own learnings, my own truth, and from things that resonate with me. The first thing that I will say on this topic, regardless of belief, is yes, you are important. We all are. Regardless of the beliefs around how that becomes true, it's so easy to negatively believe that we are not important in this world. What does that do to you? Well, it conditions your mind and body to believe that you are not an unlimited being. You are essentially just bullying yourself by saying that. And it's very easy for us to do that without even realizing. Because if you're talking to yourself in a negative way, of course, your subconscious is going to believe that and it's going to digest it, and it's going to be easier for you to do it again in the future. And you don't realize that actually, long term, you start to believe your own words and it becomes your own truth. Individually, we are all important, and collectively, we're all important. So each and every one of us is important, and together, we are also, as like a colony or like a ecosystem, we're all just collectively important. And I read a story online somewhere about how we have billions of microbes in our bodies, and they're all working together collectively to allow our body to be functioning the way they are now. So every microbe, every fiber, every bacteria, everything. And if you think about it, humans are just a large-scale version of that. Like, we're all collectively working together, functioning and surviving in the same way as bacteria does, because that's just how life works. We're existing, we're thriving, we're living, and we are important because that is what life is. That's what makes life important, is by just being. And the most important thing to remember is that life in general doesn't have to have a meaning. Lots of people try to search for the meaning of life, but it's so easy to forget that everything is life. You are life. You're not just experiencing it, but you are it. You are life. Your life will have its own meaning, just like how you have your own consciousness and you have your own mind. And if there is a greater meaning to life beyond our own, then that's not for us to know, only to experience. We can only experience life as we know it, and each of our individual lives are equally important because it's something that we consciously are living out ourselves. And that's what makes life important, is by following your truth. That's the most important key thing out of everything, is following your truth, being true to yourself and realizing that that is important. Honestly, this is just something that came to me as I recently, and I just really resonated with it. So I just wanted you to all remember how significant your journey is, and that you are in control of the direction you take. And you may not always be in control of the outcome of directions that you follow or things that you do in life, but you can decide how you ultimately want your life to flow. You can decide whether you want option A or option B. A bit like what I spoke about in the previous episode with decision making. You always have a choice that you can make a decision for. You can't decide the outcome. It's always there. The outcome is the decision is always there, and you can follow that because it's your truth. It's what resonates with you. So remember your importance. Give service to yourself and always be kind to you. When you're kind to yourself, everyone around you and everything around you becomes beautiful too. As within, so without. I really hope that this resonates with you, because it was a fun topic for me to cover, because it's really something that just came to me and I felt that I needed to share with you all. it really is so hard for us to, remember our place in the world on the best of days and on the worst of days. It's never always a thought that pops into our head like, oh, how important am I? I think that's another interesting thing. It's not always a question of how important are we, but it's just knowing that we are all collectively important. Anyway, I felt the need to share that with you all, so I hope you can all take something away from this episode today that helps you on your journey, or should I say, on your path to purpose. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you all in the next one.